Desert Diaries. Week 8. Hello, Arizona calling. Another week of sunshine, heat, and the odd flurry of dust storm. It's almost like we're in a desert. We went on a road trip this week for a belated birthday for Dave and visited Tucson. It's just under 2 hours south of Phoenix, so what most of us from England would consider quite a trek, but here it's just basically popping out for the day. It's nothing. We did sing Get Back by the Beatles all the way down there, channeling JoJo. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and listen to that song. Tucson, really nice city, actually. There's a big university there. It is much smaller than Phoenix generally as a city. Loads of westerns were filmed there, like really early John Wayne westerns. There's a massive old film studios there you can tour as well. It's got a population of about 1 million, and it nestles in the valley formed between an ancient volcano and a bit of the ancient volcano that fell off tens of thousands of years ago and slid 20 miles to the side. It's really laid back, like Phoenix itself is actually. It's got loads of nice places to eat, and it is home to the legendary EG. What the heck is an EG, you may ask? Well, do you know what? I had no clue either until a couple of days before we were going. And a friend of a friend said to me, if you're going to Tucson, you must have an EG's. Now, you can only get them in Tucson. People travel literally from miles around to go and have them. So when in Rome or in Tucson, we, of course, went for it. Now, here's the hard bit. How to describe an EG's. It's like a non-creamy ice cream crossed with a sorbet, because it's not a sorbet, crossed with a slushie, crossed with a fruit cocktail that's served in a massive cup like you'd fill with a fizzy drink in a cinema, and then you eat it with a spoon and a straw. And it comes in 4 flavours: lemon, strawberry, mango or pina colada. That is no clearer at all, is it? You'll have to look it up. But the woman next to me in the massive line in one of the shops, because there are loads of EG stores everywhere, actually said to me that when she goes to baseball games, which go on for like years it seems, she buys the large pina colada, puts actual rum in it, and nobody knows. I think I love her. Anyway, headline, EG's, one of the most delicious things I have ever tasted. I wish I could convey to you just how amazing they are. People actually told me they drive from Phoenix to Tucson to get one. I don't doubt it. Imagine driving 2 hours to get a drink, ice cream, slushy sorbet thing, but they're worth it. We stayed in a really lovely resort in Tucson as it was Dave's birthday. Beautiful place, nestled right by Saguaro National Park, which is one of the most arresting places I've ever been to. You genuinely expect John Wayne to pop out from behind a cacti at any moment, and we couldn't help but listen to Ennio Morricone theme tunes as we drove around. If you're thinking what is a saguaro? Well, it's a cactus. In fact, it's the state plant of Arizona. They only grow, in fact, in the Sonoran Desert. It's the cacti that's tall and quite thin and has arms sticking out on either side. So from a distance, they look like a person kind of standing on a ridge or on the side of a mountain. Imagine a landscape with thousands upon thousands of saguaros as far as the eye can see. You will understand why we just drove around with our mouth open. Now, you might be thinking, get you, big spender, swanky resort in the desert. But the fact is, staycation is a really big thing in Arizona in the summer months. Phoenix and Tucson are brimming with beautiful, beautiful resorts that cost several $100s a night until the heat hits. And then they cut their rates by over 50% because tourists don't tend to travel to Arizona in the summer. It's just too hot. So if you can bear to sit in a pool under an umbrella with a cocktail in one hand and a book in the other, you can go and live like a king for a week. It is great. Now, the place we stayed in also had the most brilliant idea. It was called a dive-in movie. A massive screen was wheeled out to the pool in the late afternoon, and then people bobbed about in the pool and watched the film as the sun went down. It was just terrific. And again, just a silly kick that I get when visiting another city was getting into conversations with people who then asked, where do you live? And instead of saying Manchester or England, we said, Phoenix. I know it's silly, but I just loved it. So next week is a big week. Our furniture, which has been on the journey of its life, arrives and we move house. I really hope for the last time in a long time because I just can't bear it. Cross your fingers, everything hasn't fallen off the ship and into the sea. I'll see you in the desert.